Hello and welcome to another episode of Utopia Restorations. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Will and I've just brought a 1967 Mustang. That's what I'm going So here it is. This is an absolute dream car for me. I'll show you. I had a picture of it in year 8. We made a keychain or a key holder and you could have 2 cars on it. You didn't necessarily need to, but it was my choice. And it was a Series 3, which I got sat outside, which there's some episodes on up here, and a 1967 Mustang. And here it is. So there is no doubt in my mind, this is the biggest project I have ever purchased. Essentially, what needs doing is everything. As you may have seen in the B-reel, I'll try to take you around it, but in usual Will style, we're going to go around and see what we do. No fuel tank, and no interior. So not really worried about that. Don't mind driving a car without any seats. But no fuel tank, inline-6 engine. Yeah, so in terms of bits that need doing, needs stripping, probably needs acid dipping, priming, finding out what's wrong, repairing it, rebuilding it, redoing the front, missing bits. I do have parts to go with it. So there is the door there, which hopefully we'll be going on today. But yeah, it just needs everything, hence why it's the largest project I've ever had. Looks like it's got a new wing here, or has been primed, or at some point somebody was getting ready to paint it, 'cause it's been sanded and things like that. I do quite like the colour, actually. Colour's quite nice, but I don't think that is the forever plan for it, is to be this sort of baby blue. I do have some different ideas for it. I'll try and get the bonnet open in a minute. As you can see, yeah, it's not great. Possibly been shunted. Well, not possibly, clearly has been shunted at some point. But I don't think all the damage is sort of around the front. There's nothing that is too substantial that makes me too worried about anything. Yes, that should be further over, but we need to do the chassis legs. So the front chassis leg here, which may upset some of you. Yeah, that needs doing. Wheels, it's on casters, doesn't really roll very well. We've got new ones coming today, which should be nice. Yeah, I've got the door to go on. I've cleared out the interior. It's going to get a hoover today, see where we are. Actually, I was going to say not in bad condition. Parts of it aren't in bad condition. Say like the entire floor, which is the main worry, because that is a big part and that is rather expensive. So some parts, yes, need doing. Other parts aren't so bad. But actually, what I find quite weird is I've seen Mustangs in the flesh, but I've never actually like sat in a done up one. I've seen them about, I've seen them at shows or on the road, but I've never actually been really, really close to one, which is bizarre for a car that I absolutely love and have always wanted to own. But they're actually quite small. Like, they are large, but they're not like these big American barges, you know? So yeah, interior, still got Mustang there. Amusingly, have a look at this. Full of bolts, which is useful, because I think some of those, if we try and match them up, are door bolts. Nah, that's not a door bolt. But there's some stuff in there that we need. Missing dash, instruments, everything. Got the steering wheel there, which is good. And gear lever, which is nice. Some seat belts, good. All the things, there is a window in there, as you can see. There is some interior door trim there. Yeah, it's not an awful lot to really show you, because there's not an awful lot. As you can see, reasons why we need new wheels, and I'll show you the other one. On the rear, missing the lower bumper. This is currently held down with a bungee, because the boot does like to open, which is good. The springs work, you know, take the positives. Back around the front again, because this is the bit I love and it looks really pretty. I'll show you under the bonnet in a second. We have this sill for the other side as well, which is good. Mirror, someone's got a spare mirror. The door handles, I actually love these door handles because they are extremely ergonomic. These need to go and get a big scoop, because scoop's cool. And that's a flat tyre. On the back, we are also missing things like badges, tail lights, all sorts. So if anyone's got any of these Mustang parts, let me know. I would not be adverse to buying them off you. Got a rear window though, which is pretty good. So let's look at the positives. And the door, this is what I find really satisfying. Lovely. It's not like a Land Rover, where I'm used to doors not lining up and having faff like that. All the lines are pretty straightish. They should be. I'll try and get under the hood and show you the bonnet. I've got to say hood because it's American. So here you go. What a monster. Not really interesting, is it? I am mildly tempted to connect to a battery and see what happens, but at the same time, I think that's probably not a great idea. Like, just leave it for the minute. But this is, as you can see, a Ford inline six, which I think would be very cool for something with a green oval. It does have oil on it, does look good. All looks in relatively good condition. But yes, it does of course need things faffing with it, and I don't have a key, so I don't think I could start it anyway. But what about that in a 110, like the one that we've got sat outside? I think that would be pretty cool. So yeah, not really much to see in here. Yeah, it needs new braces, needs new suspension, needs new everything. But I love it, and what else can I really say? I bet you're now asking, in terms of future plans, what are my plans with it? Restore it at the moment. I do have some weird and wonderful plans as usual, but I don't want to reveal them quite yet because they're not fully fledged out. I have had some dream ideas of making it into a different body shape of a Mustang that nobody else has made before, possibly a V8, possibly larger, possibly more cylinders, something different. I know I'm starting from complete scratch here. You've seen there's like charged cars, there's like cropped builds, there's Mustang Coupe, there's loads of different ones that you could do and do something quite different and unique with it. So there's a lot of ideas that are playing around, and one that I will possibly tell you is I'm thinking it's going to be yellow. I like yellow, Utopia's yellow. It's a Mustang, it's got to be yellow, no? So there you have it really. Here is the 1967 Mustang hatchback, coupe, as you will. Yeah, not a fastback, but I actually sort of prefer it. Don't cuff me. Let me know what you think. What do you think I should be doing? Is there any crazy builds I should be having a look at for this? Is there any crazy ideas I should be getting? What else could I do to this to make it different and unique? Let me know down below in the comments. That's about it for me. Like I say, if you know of any shows, any Mustang yards, scrap yards, parts, dealers, anything like that in the UK, please let me know. So we need all the help that we can get trying to get parts for this and find out more information, because they're not easy to come by in the UK, especially with the new imports. So if you do know anyone, yards, scrappers, shows, if you're a brand that sells Mustang parts, you'd be interested in this build, please reach out, let me know. And as always, please like and subscribe, massively helps us out, and I'll see you next week in the next video. Cheers.